Hello and welcome to Matt's Rocks. This is a intro for a video. I recorded these, or I cut these 3 petrified palm wood cabs, cabs, out of a slab that I'd gotten. I don't remember where I got it. I think I bought it at the first Marion Gem Mineral Show I went to 2 years ago. But I didn't record an intro when I did it. I cut these in December or September of last year, on the 15th of December or September, and here's the first one that I did. This is the one that has a fracture on the back. That's like a chip. I showed it to you from before. Starts over on this side of the back, and it goes along up and through here. And I'll put a better picture of these in on the outro. I've got a cloth set up over here. These are the other two. These come out pretty good. This one's got quite a bit of chalcedony in it, but it's mostly smaller areas. Like here on the back, you can see it's the kind of grayish color, small spots. Then here's the third one, and it's got the most chalcedony in it. You can see in quartz, it's got a lot of white in there. That white's probably quartz or common opal up underneath, but it's all hard, so it may just be kind of a milk agate type of thing. And then here's the other side. You can see there's a nice vein of chalcedony running right down through here, and it comes in onto the side too, and then it comes back up the front and over through here. And I got fingerprints all over them, so I don't know how good you were getting to see all that, but we'll put it down on there. But anyway, thanks for putting up with my ineptitude at videoing my work here on the machine. I'm getting better. I wanted to get rid of some of this older footage, plus I want to get as much content as I can up there so that you've got something to look at rather than waiting on me to put a video out. I've got a lot more stuff I need to cut on here, and some on the flat lap. I've got cabs and slabs and coming out my ears, and I've still got Brazilian agate I haven't cut, and petrified wood from New Mexico I haven't even cut yet, and I'm hoping to go out and make some more trips. I just haven't been able to do that yet, now that I had to buy a truck to pull my camper that I bought last year, because it was too heavy for my half-ton pickup to pull, so I ended up having to buy a 3/4 ton, and I ended up getting a newer diesel rather than going with somebody else's major junk. This one I know was a rental truck, so I knew it had a good maintenance program on it when it was in service for the 2 years that it was in service. So thanks for watching, and here's the video. Oh, welcome back. Today I'm going to work on these. This is petrified palm wood, I do believe. I'm going to round out or round off my patterns, shape the outside edges according to the cab shapes. I'm kind of a little worried about this one, the skinny oval. Because it's got that big fracture coming up all the way through it, and I don't know how well it's healed. It held together when I cut it out with my slab saw, but it may not hold together on the grind. I don't know. It just depends. I may be able to heal it too, or glue it together, make sure it stays together. I don't know. I don't want to take it apart to glue it, but I may be able to get some CA glue to soak down in there. This is the third one. Some of these, the the pattern I drew on there is on the back side of what I want to be the front. But I'm not sure yet. And once I get them shaped, then I'll decide which side I want them on. I know this side, it looks more like regular petrified wood than this side, because you can see the tubes in there from the palm wood. That's how you can tell the difference between them. And they're kind of up here on this, see more of them up there on that top edge. But the pattern on this is definitely palm wood. It's more down towards the base, I think, or towards the bottom, or maybe in the center. I'm not really sure. I didn't cut this out of a rock. I bought the slab, or I got the slab given to me. I think I may have bought it. I may have bought it at the Marion Gem Mineral Show. I don't remember what I bought there. It's been since April. I've slept once or twice since then, I think. Okay, let's get started here. I'll start on this little one first, because if it falls apart, see, you can see that fracture comes through along this way here too. So it doesn't come out on the top. It goes up through. It's basically a flake. Comes through around here and then flakes off right here. So it would just lose the back of it. So I'm not going to round off this face. I'm going to make it a flat cab. And since how the light won't go through it much, I think it does go through a little. No, light won't go through it at all. So I don't need an open back, so that'll help keep it all together once I get it mounted or whatever I do with it. Should be able to keep it all together to sit good. I forgot to get the towel from my hands and to wipe off the stone with. How about you do that? Okay, I'm going to start on these with the 240 grit, because especially this one, because it gives off less vibration when you're using it, and I'm not sure exactly how hard this is. Cutting it wasn't a good, didn't give me a good idea on how hard it is. I've never worked with it before. Hell, I'd never seen it other than on YouTube until I got this. And if I did buy it in Marion, it wasn't because I knew it was palm wood. I just knew it was good looking. I think I may have known it was palm wood, but I'm not positive. My aunt may have given me that too. She may have, because she brought me some rocks from Arizona. And that may have been in her rocks. I never did call her. I should have opened them with her, because I had some questions on what they were. I've got a piece of blue agate here that it may be Ellensburg blue. Couldn't remember. There's a Leland blue from Michigan, or yeah, from the Upper Peninsula in Michigan, and it's not agate. It's Leland. It's called Leland blue, but it's not called Leland blue agate. It's called Leland blue, and it's actually slag glass from the old mine workings up there, and. But Ellensburg blue is fairly rare, and I need to know if that's what that is. It sure looks like it. It checks off all the boxes that you can do visually, as far as the host rock with rhyolite, not basalt. But I don't have a hardness tester to see how hard it is, because Ellensburg blue is harder than most of the other blue agates are the ones that are in the salt anyway. Yeah, that feels fairly solid, and that's going to take forever. I didn't cut it down as small as I should have because I didn't want to break it. So I'm going to go on over to the 80 grit, otherwise I'll be here all day. And I also want to try to do this Missouri agate. That I cut day before yesterday. I've got several slabs of this. Didn't particularly care for that quartz on the top, but I'm going to grind most of it off, at least get out the loose stuff so that it's not, because all of this stuff here that you can see that are fractured out, the crystals are lengthwise, and when you try to polish that, it breaks loose little pieces of it. Your diamond breaks loose little pieces of it, and then it'll scratch on its way out from the rest of the way out from underneath the stone. So it's kind of hard to polish it. You get those scratches out, and then you end up with putting more in. So it's kind of a no-win situation, I think. I prefer to get as many scratches out as I can. Now I'm wishing I'd have cut this closer. Not like it's taking all that long though. I've only got 3 of them to do. I'll do that, and then I'll turn on my dop pot while I'm working on that other one, and then I can dop them up. Put them on the dop stick and be ready to work them. That's probably close enough for that one for now, for the 80 grit anyway. I'm going to take this to the, so I've got a line going across this side here and going lengthwise down the center of that edge, and it's opposite where this one's at. This fracture, I told you, it's just like a chip that's coming off the edge. This fracture goes this way, and you can see a little bit of it on this edge, and it's about the same color in some places on the line in the fracture because it's got iron in it, and this line is iron. So I'm wondering if it's, but I can't see any fracture. I can't see any gaps in it. So it may just be where iron filled in on one of the edges of one of the tubes or something. It seems like it's going the opposite direction of the tubes. Yeah, I don't know. They're kind of I don't know. I don't think it's a crack though. Just back around this way so I can see what I'm doing. That's why I want to smooth it down a little bit more. I'm just going to smooth it, get the 80 grit scratches out of it so I can see it a little better. See both of them a little better actually. That'll help let me know whether that fracture on the other side's healed too. Okay, yeah, that's the fracture. Haven't got to that side yet. It's not enough anyhow. Take a little more of it off anyway. I was going to do it with this stone anyhow, so let's see if that red line comes out of there. Maybe it's like a vein. I know that it had tubes going through them. Some of them, I would say that the thicknesses probably vary on them. That's just a guesstimate though. Okay, you can still see gaps in that crack. And this one, the line's kind of coming out in spots. Yeah, it's just a line. It's just an inclusion line of some kind in there. Take a little more off that side. Cool beads, all 90 degrees. Somebody had drawn a pencil mark on a round cabs coming out here, but it was wasting way too much stone, so I changed up on it. It had another smaller one that only was partially put in there. Now I'll go with the bigger one. I think I like this side better for the face, just because it looks like real wood. But I like the fact that you can see the tubes up around here, up around the top. I like that better. But it's that softer white portion there that scares me. It might be soft. I don't know that I'm going to round these off much. It depends. You can really see that the tubes on the ends of these. At least this one. This one you couldn't see tube ends very much. It's like the tubes go different directions. Not, well, it wasn't that one, it was this one. Of course, this one was kind of different. May have been a burl in on it or something. There's no telling. I don't know enough about it. The reason why I'm working these now too is to keep from, or not turned on my dot pot yet either, because I tend to turn my dot pot on when I start shaping the rocks, or when I start roughing out the rest of the design, and I forget about it, and I kind of melt my, oh, there's some agate in there. Wow, I just noticed that. Or chalcedony, chalcedony anyway. You can see that line going across this way. Clear, white-ish. It's chalcedony. And it looks like it's got a little druzy. Yeah, right here on this end. You look out up on the edge of the corner. Right there. I don't know if it's chalcedony or if it's a druzy or if it's just a pocket. I think it's a small druzy pocket. I think there's several of them there. That's pretty cool. I'm going to lose some of that. I'm going to lose that druzy pocket anyway, which is good because you can't polish it. Where was I starting at? Right here. You can see that, but that druzy's pretty wide right here. All that area from the bottom to all that white and that druzy is pretty clear and goes all the way through to this side. That's cool. Wish I'd have known that. I didn't. That was still part of the solid slab, so I didn't know that was in there. And you couldn't tell just by looking at it with it rough. I wet it down, but with no light coming through it, I couldn't tell that was chalcedony. I just thought it was white mineral that it filled in for the wood. Just square it off as flat as I can get it. Oh, wow. Cool. There's where it turns to quartz. There's that chalcedony seam run along there. Right up here at this edge where I told you the druzy pocket was at. You can see it getting wider there, so it's, and you can see the crystals where it's quartz. But what I didn't see was this light line on the opposite side. Going along here, that's chalcedony too. It's just not as clear as the other. Make it show up. See the white better, it's on the top, that white line across the top. So basically that darker gray or darker brown spot in the center is basically, I think, is sitting on top of chalcedony, except that it doesn't go through to there, so I don't know. It probably comes up this piece here is probably a bigger tube that comes up at an angle like this, where it's coming up this way, so you can't see it under here or through here, but you can see it on the edges, because it does come around over here on this side. On the face, you can see a little bit of it. Interesting stone. I like it. Take oval on one side, half round on the other. I can leave that on the outside edges of that if I needed to, of the outline for my cab. This, if I don't put it in a store-bought setting, it's not going to matter too much. It looks like I've kind of got a less of a point on this end than I do on this end of the oval. Yep. And I've got a little chalcedony right there, and it may even be calcite. You can see a little bit of it on the edge, right out there, but it seemed to make that side softer, so it made it look like it was flat. Or at least I may have done it too. That one's ready. Let's do this last one. I don't know if I'll turn my dot pot on until after I'm done with this Missouri lace agate. Missouri agate. I call it lace. It looks like lace. This seems to be more solid than the last ones I had. Like these ones here where I had the softer white area where it was, I think common opal, a lot of common opal in there made it softer, so it shipped out a little bit, hard to polish, rust in it, all that good stuff. Trying to get away from all that. I didn't buy it for the crystals. I bought I bought them over at Haunted Ridge in Missouri. Okay, I'll start doing this one too. Cool beans. Fossilized, agatized, petrified agatized palm wood. Ah, yeah, so there's a spot. There's a spot. There's some there. Some there. Some there. There's a little there. A little there. A little in here. Yeah. Cool. Just wish they'd let light through. That'd be nice if we could see all those patterns with light backing them up. Slab, but it was still had a little jumpiness to it. That's not that big of a deal though, because that'll come out. I can get that out on the next stone. So I will be working a little bit of the edges as I go, not a lot. Maybe, depends. I may just round this off all the way around and leave it flat. Same with all the others. Just round it off a little bit around the edge so that it's not sharp, so it's not scratching or poking. There's a few little chips too from the 80 grit chipping out, and the druzy. Okay, that one's ready too. So now I'm going to go ahead and start on this one. Okay, I'm back. I'm going to work on these three petrified palm wood cabs that I got here. Started yesterday. Finished that Missouri agate. Got these all dopped up. While I was after I got done with that. Figured you guys didn't need to see that. That's easy enough to do. I don't know if I'm going to leave them on the dops. I don't know that I don't think I'll cut them down like I do normally do these, where there's just a short little girdle on them. I think I'm just going to round off both edges and do the rest of it on the flat lap, because I just don't want to waste any of it, and it may not get a setting like that. May not have I think it'll look better. There's a lot of stuff on the edges that look real good, and I don't want to lose that or put a girdle around it, you know, bezel around it that you fold over, or wire, or any of that stuff. I mean, they can use some kind of wire. We could probably get somebody. I'll maybe be able to get it to somebody that can wire wrap it, because I can't do that. My hands ain't steady enough. But I'm going to go ahead and get started on rounding them off. I'm going to go ahead and just use the 240 grit for that, and then I can polish them up on the other. But I need to take a little bit more off around it. Well, I just need to make sure they're completely uniform. I noticed a little point sticking out right there. As long as it's the same distance out all the way around that, I should be all right. Okay. Let's try this on the 280 grit soft pad and see what I get. I don't want too much taken off. I just don't want a sharp edge that'll feel uncomfortable against your skin. And I'm not sure how much this will take off. So I guess I might as well find out now. They have soft pads you can get, or soft wheels you can get, Nova wheels, I think, with heavier grit, like say a 240, 220, 100, 80, 50. I don't know how long they last compared to the steel ones. I'm also one of those people that have pretty much run a pair of set of steel ones out faster than I did any of the others. Yeah, I may have to take these off the dop in order to finish the backside edges, corners. I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't know why I dopped them yesterday. I wasn't thinking all the way through. I was a little tired. Work on one cab at a time. Get this one down, figure out how I'm going to do it. I'm going to go ahead and go to the next wheel and see if I can't get that to shine fairly quick. How bad those brown, darker spots are going to affect getting it polished. It is pet wood. There's spots that won't polish, and there's spots that won't polish. I'll just have to live with it, but that don't mean I can't try to make them polish, or to get them polished, to get them to polish. Okay. I think this is going to go better on the flat lap. And I don't think I'll have much trouble. Fairly soft spot here in this edge over here that I've left a groove in. Oh no, that's a fracture. Splitting the grain, basically. But I'm showing scratches going this way, so. Yep, we're moving. I'm going to reset the camera. We'll go to a flat lap. I like this better, but it's just one of the deals that you get when you decide to do something one way. See? I dropped it. I don't know how that happened. My head just kind of spasmed and it let go. Okay. I got to go a little ways on that one. I've evidently got to get too close to the edge of one of those and got to gouge. Wide gouge, that spot that I told you I had this lengthwise scratches in it, that was a gouge, and it's about a 1/4 inch wide. About I don't know, a little bit over a 1/4 inch long. It's coming up. These not being Nova wheels, they won't gouge like the edges of those Nova wheels will. Just depends on the cloth to make it soft rather than sponge rubber like those wheels on the cabin machine. And it's easier to stay flat against the entire surface all at the same time. Wow. What it is, I drug sand and grit out of those soft spots and scratched the whole face or the whole length of the cab lengthwise. I could see what caused it because I could tell where the scratches start where there isn't a dip, or not a gouge, where there is no gouge. Where they start, you can tell they start at the dark spots and continue on. This may take a little bit, but it's going to be worth it in the long run. I guess some of them lighter areas are a little soft too, or a little porous, I guess I should say. Either way, it's going to come out looking all right. Good looking stones. I don't care who you are. They're interesting. It's the first time I'd seen this is the first, like I was saying yesterday, this is the first time I've actually seen petrified palm wood. As far as I know, I may have some in my tumbled rocks because I've got some that look similar, but I wasn't sure whether they were horn coral. They were filled in with something other than quartz. So most of my horn coral that I found around here, or that come out of Missouri or Kentucky or anywhere else in this area, are filled in with quartz. This is going to look really good when I get it done. Kind of done a little number on the outside there with that other machine. When I turned it sideways, that rolling it at the end to try to keep it flat coming off the end, it kind of rolls around the edge, so it rounded off my edges that I already had on it when I rounded it off on the 280 grit wheel. That's part of the reason why I swapped before I even started on the other ones, just because I knew I didn't want to do this to the other one and have to make up for the gouges that I put in it, being stupid and getting too close to the outer edges of those wheels. Stuff didn't feel that soft, but I got scratches everywhere. Small scratches. Why they're not coming out, I have no idea. Well, I think I do. I think it's that soft stuff coming out of the stone. I hate that. I may have to just leave it like it is and call it good. It's a fascinating stone, but I mean, not be jewelry material. I don't know. I've never seen any jewelry made out of it, but I don't even think I've seen anybody make cabs out of it. I've seen people slab it, but never seen what they did with it. I've never seen anybody actually polish it up on video, on YouTube, I should say. It's the only place I even get to see anybody doing any kind of rock work. Because there's nobody around here that I know of. I don't even have a rock. The closest rock club is 3 hours away in St. Louis. And I'm not going that far to that big of a city just for a rock club. It's actually in another state because it's on the Missouri side. I haven't checked to see exactly where it's at. I just know that it's over that direction. Yeah, and that soft spot, that is the lighter rock and some of the darker rock, but it comes and goes. I can get it almost out, and the next thing you know, the next time I hit down on the stone, it takes it deeper and makes scratches from the stuff that's being drug out of it. Yep. It's still a good looking stone. I'm going to take it over to the cab machine, still on the dop stick, work on the 3000 grit on it. See if I can take a little bit more of that soft stuff off. At least I won't be cutting too much at a time with the 3000 grit, where I would if I was using 100 grit. I'd be taking a lot more off than I need. Maybe, maybe not. That soft spot may go all the way through to the back side. I don't know. See if that helps my edges any. Them corners, I'm just going to have to wait and do them over there, where I rounded that corner. Soft spots all the way around that edge that are just leaving lines. Okay. Let's redo this again. Go back over to the cabin machine. And I think I'm going to go put these other two in the freezer and just break them off the dop stick and do them by themselves. They're on the cabin machine. Okay. open more right back up. I'm going to hold off on this one for a little while now. I think it's been long enough I can get those others off the dop stick. So I may have to try this on the cerium oxide, see if I can stop putting scratches back in it with the smaller grits. Because I don't have anything smaller other than the cerium oxide or the aluminum oxide to get the scratches from the 3000 off there. And I don't think they're actually 3000 scratches. I think they're actually stuff that's coming out of the rock and scratching it. Okay, this is the one that's got the fracture going across the back of it. Through here, you can see this brown line coming up and jagging, zigzagging, but it also comes out over here. So it's basically a chip. It only comes down to about here, but it's basically a chip from here over that's at an angle like this to the stone. So it doesn't come do the whole stone, so I'm just going to do the face. I'm not going to mess with the back any at all. I'm just going to do the face, and I'm going to wait on it till after I do this one. The bigger one, because it's easier to hold on to. And that's where I might run into problems, is holding on to it, using it on the flat or on the cab machine. And I'm just going to do the 220 on it, because I don't want to go too round with it. Just going to round it a little bit, enough where I don't have a flat surface. And maybe I can get rid of the soft spots. done. Ugh. I'm going to keep my hand up. That's the face. I like it because you can see more of the tubes. The tubes up here at the top, running up this way like my fingers. And then the back side almost looks like wood grain here. That's probably the outside of the tubes without crossing any of them. I don't know for sure, but then you've got the chalcedony in there going across through here, and then through these two veins here, this one and this one here, this one and this one here, there's chalcedony. This side up here is the only part where it lets it through, where it comes through from this edge, because it goes in from the middle there and comes up to here at an angle. Showed you that before, but got to repeat myself. Okay, now we'll start on this last one. See how good I can do on it. It doesn't have a. It does have. Oh, this is the one with the fractures on the back. I'm only going to do the face of this. I'm not going to mess with this back at all, other than rounding off the corners just a little bit, just to keep it from being sharp. Matter of fact, I think I'll do that on the 280 grit now, before I even start with the rest of it, just so I don't take too much of it off of there. And then, plus too, if that chip comes off of there while I'm doing this, I'll not have wasted much more time. Okay. That one's done. I kind of like it. You can see the crack a little better back there. It comes out right across here on this side. You can hardly see it now that I've got it polished, but you can see the line. It's a darker line. Right in through there. But I don't think that'll come off, especially if I glue it into a silver plated setting, back setting, or put a girdle around it, which I don't think would hurt anything on this one. There's nothing all that's fine about this outside girdle, like this one here. This one having the chalcedony in it, and all this dark stuff here, and then the ends of the tubes here. I just kind of like that, and that's more agate in there too, in that section. That's why it shined up so good. And plus you got the lighter stuff. See, there's little white spots in this one too. This one doesn't have as much soft spots on it as this one does. Let me take this one to this wheel. See what happens. I think I already have, but see if I can get some more of that soft stuff worked out of there and get some of the dull spots from the chalcedony, and maybe even do calcite in those, it's what I'm calling chalcedony. No, that was the other one, but this has got some chalcedony in it. But all the soft spots seem to be around the chalcedony, and I think what it is, it's quartz in there. Quartz just ain't polishing right, or it's a milk agate. But that one doesn't look too bad either. I'll take it off of here and go ahead and polish the back and round off the edges a little bit more, because it's still got some chips on the edges from shaping it. I'll probably do that tomorrow. I don't know if I'll do it on the flat lap. I'll probably do it on the flat lap. Maybe not. It's not going to matter a whole lot. It's going to be the back, whatever it is. Okay, that's the video. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. Leave a comment. Any comment, doesn't matter to me. I'll read them all and respond if there's a need to, if it's a question. I'll take any advice I can get, helpful hints, all that good stuff. Let me go ahead and spin this camera around where I can get you a close-up look at these three stones. I think my heater was on. No, my heater wasn't on. That's a different video. I just edited a different video and my heater was on. And it was one I did in December. So, never mind. Here's the stones.